Welcome to Hosted, where we share resources, referrals, education, some things just for fun, and all things real estate. I'm Sarah Colby with Hosted Realty, and I'm happy to be here today with Leighann Walsh from Guild Mortgage. Leighann, take a second and just introduce yourself to us.
Thank you, Sarah. So I'm Leighann Walsh. I'm with Guild Mortgage, and I've been in the lending industry for about 24 years. I specialize in residential 1 to 4 unit lending. I offer government lending, conventional type lending, state programs. I offer primary residence, secondary home, and investment loans in the state of Pennsylvania. So I'm pretty well versed with all things lending.
Maybe not everybody understands what lending is in a real estate transaction. So can you dig into that a little bit? And
Sure. A lender is a financial institution that actually provides the financing for a home buyer, an individual, or even a business to purchase a home.
Let's talk a little bit about what that looks like when a buyer calls you and they're just fresh out of the gate, ready to go, but haven't started anything. What are you doing with them?
The very first thing I think that they should do, and I recommend that they get pre-approved. And a pre-approval will set the tone as to where they start, where they go from here, and having a pre-approval in their hand before they meet with you will save us some time. But it's also telling a seller of a potential property that they want to submit an offer on that they're serious and they're qualified to view the house and they're qualified to offer on the house.
And pre-approval and pre-qualification are things that are kind of thrown around as well. What's the difference?
So pre-qualification is what I call a credit qualification. So I pull their credit. I render a decision just on that. That's a qualification. And what a pre-approval is, taking the application, pulling the credit, but verifying and validating the income with tax returns or W-2s or pay stubs, verifying and validating the assets with bank statements. That is stronger, especially in the competitive market that we're in.
How early do you recommend that they start?
I have had people 3, 6, 9, 12 months out, even longer. And they're using the pre-qualification or the pre-approval piece as a path as to how they can get better, or using it as a starting point of how much do I need to save, or starting credit. Some people do not have credit at all.
Right.
So that we're using this as an educational piece as well to prepare them for a home purchase 12 months from now. So I don't mind starting early.
You know, I think you send them something that says the do's and the don'ts.
We
right?
do.
Yeah.
I mean, I even had somebody we were under contract, bought a car, didn't read the do's and don'ts, didn't listen to our conversations, and if he wanted to continue on, he had to return the car, and he did.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
He returned the car to buy the house,
yes,
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. What kind of car was it?
I have no idea. I should have asked. I did not ask.
And one thing that we hear a lot is, I've been told I have to have 20% down in order to purchase a house. So speak to that a little bit.
Well, you can put as little as 0% down in certain instances. 0% can be misleading because we have closing costs.
But we could do 3.5,
5.
Like
yes,
there's other options.
exactly.
There,
There's lots of options.
Yeah.
The tipping point where people get with the 20% down is it avoids mortgage insurance, and mortgage insurance is nothing that benefits a buyer.
Right.
Mortgage insurance benefits us as the lender in case a buyer defaults on the loan.
There's a lot of people right now that are kind of on the fence. Should I buy? Should I wait? There's a lot of stuff going on in the economy. Speak to that a little bit.
Well, I tell people almost on a daily basis that now is a wonderful time to start. When rates do start to go the other way and start to decline, we're going to see an influx of people coming into the market, and competition is going to be even worse than it is now. And it's going to get frustrating. It's going to get frustrating fast. And honestly, if you buy now, we'll just refinance you next year when the rates go down. So get the house you love now. We'll fix the payment later.
Let's talk a little bit about refi then, because maybe somebody listening doesn't know what a refinance is.
So a refinance is you already own the property, and typically you can refinance as early as 6 months after you own the property, secured the property. And if the rates go down roughly around about 1%, that would be a good time to evaluate a refinance. So that's actually taking your mortgage and actually redoing it to a point where we can, go 1 to 2% lower in interest rate where your payment goes down.
Right.
The bad part about it is it's expensive, especially in our state. And that's why we need the rate to be at least 1% down.
To make it worthwhile.
Right,
and the payment difference.
And that's our job to, evaluate it if it's cost effective.
Why should someone choose Guild? I'll put you on the spot a little bit.
It's the same reason they choose you with your expertise. And it's sort of like a small town feel. I mean, Guild is a very large company. We're based out of California, but you would never know it because we are dealing with a small local lender. People know who we are. You know, when people see Guild Mortgage on that contingency on the contract, they know we vetted our people and that loan's going to get to closing.
Yeah, so just another reason to work with a company like Guild. And with Leighann, she knows her stuff and she can walk you through all of that. As you can see, she's very easy to sit down and talk to. And so when you sit across the desk from her or talk to her on the phone, you're going to be 100% comfortable. So you can shake off all the fears about, especially for the first-time buyers that are new at this and kind of a little bit nervous. As you can see, she'll put you at ease. She'll take good care of you. Tell me one either funny story other than the car thing or just something really off the wall that has happened, because you know we see it all.
We do see it all. Well, COVID was interesting, you know, settlements on the car, the hoods of cars. I mean, that was a time that I have never seen in my career. But another interesting one was literally going to a hospital while somebody was in labor to have a settlement. So it was interesting. That was a couple years ago, but that was, I mean,
okay, how
talk
do you
about
do it?
being all in.
Yeah.
Talk about being all in.
Exactly.
So.
Well, Leighann, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so it was great to chat with you. We'll put contact information on the screen so that if you're interested at all in just finding out more about the financing end of real estate, Leighann is here to help you, and you're welcome to reach out to her.
Thank you.